participants. I welcome you all in this session of day 5 of online faculty development program on advanced topics in chemical sciences. I am Dr. Narinderjeet Kaur, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Chemistry, Kanya Mahavidyalaya. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing team of Department of Chemistry, Nalamuthu, Gounder, Mahalingam College, Pollachi, and Principal Sir and Principal of the college for inviting me as resource person. And I want to congratulate the entire organizing team for organizing this FTP. So, as we all know that there is a corona crisis going on. So, in response to the scare of COVID-19, all educational institutions have adopted e-learning methods and making overnight transition of face-to-face classes to online learning system. So to simulate real classroom environment, the teacher should go for online quizzes, discussion forums, collaborative activities, and online testing. So in this session of FDP, faculty members will be acquainted with various ICT tools that may help them in teaching chemistry through online and blended mode. So it will also help them to plan, prepare, and conduct online assessment activities. So as someone has rightly said that education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. So how ICT integrates in chemistry? ICT can provide solutions to many of the problems afflicting chemistry education and thus help enhance the quality of chemistry education. So traditional classroom teaching is basically a talk and chalk method. So besides, there is also pressure on the teacher to finish the syllabus on time. Therefore, even though a teacher wants his students to acquire an in-depth understanding of the subject. So chemistry, extended knowledge of information and communication technology with particular emphasis on tools and methods are used in teaching chemistry at the school level, that is lower level, and as well as higher education level. So traditional chalk and talk method could not help out to solve the problem of learner, and hence the need of ICT as a tool can enhance the knowledge or enhance the knowledge as well as learning experience. So there are many concepts that can be used to describe the motivational aspect of science teaching and learning. So computers have been used in education in many ways from very beginning of the history. So several ways to analyze use of computer and ICT in education is govern the importance of one and all. So any particular technology is often treated as a particular tool to accomplish their task in more efficient way. So there are so many topics which can be covered with the help of chem sketch, aromaticity, 3D structures, tautomeric forms, its IUPAC nomenclature, etc. So ICT tools increases teacher efficiency and can reduce teachers' time spent performing administrative tasks. So it is important for both students and teachers to use ICT regularly in their classes. So student higher order thinking skills are enhanced in learning environments where ICT is used. So to be able to use ICT in the courses effectively, teachers should, number one, be aware of its potential. Number two is select tools and methods which are appropriate with the needs of students. And number three is design their teaching methods effectively. And fourth, to develop new teaching strategies and know and apply classroom management rules in order to cope with the problems encountered. So ICT tools in teaching chemistry enhances ICT tools in chemistry will enhance your teaching methods, and it is not a replacement to a teacher. It is just another tool which we will use in our teaching learning process to enhance the teaching in a more effective way. So we are going to discuss today ICT tools in teaching learning chemistry. So let's do that. So our today's topic is ICT tools in teaching learning chemistry. So what are the objectives of this session of FTP? Introduction to role of ICT, ICT tools for creating resources, and Google tools, for example, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, etc. And ICT tools for e-assessment, quiz, online tests, etc. Now, what will be the learning outcomes of this session of FTP? You will be able to learn the concept of ICT in teaching learning chemistry, will be able to plan, prepare, create learning resources for chemistry using appropriate tools, will be able to organize teaching learning activities for chemistry and conduct e-assessment online. Now, what is ICT? ICT refers to the forms of technology that are used to transmit, store, create, share, or exchange a particular task. And it is also defined as the use of hardware and software for efficient management of information. So, information communication technology, share and communicate information, find information, handle data, simulate or model events, and control devices. So this is just an outline of the information communication technology. Now, what are the tools which we can use in ICT? That is ICT tools. That is television, radio, computers, printers, scanners, mobile phones, cameras, Wi-Fi, internet, CDs, DVDs, tablets, e-books, interactive whiteboards, etc. So ICT tools, internet web, email, word processor, spreadsheets, blogs, overhead projector, LED projector, LCD projectors, multimedia, cell phones, etc. All these come under the ICT tools. Now, all these are online resources which a teacher must be acquainted with. He or she must have a knowledge of all these online resources for present scenario for the teaching or for online teaching, right? Next are components of ICT. So I'm not going in the detail of ICT and ICT tools. I will focus on the ICT tools for chemistry only. So I'm just going through it, just giving an introduction of ICT. So components of ICT are software, hardware, transactions, communication technology, data, internet access, cloud computing, etc. So always remember one thing, that technology is only another tool for productive research. It is not a replacement for a teacher. So it is just another tool for the productive research. Now, how to approach ICT integration in teacher development? Now, in teacher development, these three things should combine together, should integrate together. That is technology, content, and pedagogy. Technology means knowledge of technologies that support teaching and how to use these. So teacher must know the latest technologies and how he or she can use those technologies in teaching. Second is pedagogy. That is knowledge of how we teach. That is the teaching methods. So a teacher must use teaching methods, innovative teaching methods to enhance his or her teaching. And third part is the content. That is knowledge of what we teach in our subject and learning area. That is the most important part of ICT integration. Then this is ICT, a focus for the teacher. So it saves times in lesson planning, administration, offers a more comprehensive approach to assessment, reduces bureaucratic burden on teachers, enables a focus on each and every child, etc., offers new ways of teaching the same thing. And now ICT on the point of view at the on the point of view of learner. That is, ICT are focused on the learner. That is motivating, engaging the learner, offering personal approaches to learning, unleashing creativity in learning, allowing independence in learning, developing collaborative and team working skills, etc. Now the question arises, why use ICT for teaching? Because it enhances presentations, they are more pleasing, and we use color and we use audio, videos, etc. Makes lesson more interactive, adds variety to teaching methods, enables teachers to build up resources, and teacher becomes facilitator. Now, importance of ICT in education: wider learning opportunities, motivating to learning, source of knowledge, enhancing the learning process, medium to share, transit knowledge, right? Next is the challenges of ICT in education. Yes, if there are advantages, there are disadvantages also. So challenges of ICT in education is financial aspect, psychological aspect, physical resource aspect, technological aspect, net safety aspect, and human resource aspect, right? So now the question is educational benefits of ICT tools in chemistry. So ICT tools can empower the teacher to promote change and foster the needs of 21st century skills, and it provides creativity, ability, information process, etc. of thinking skills. And digital learning is an educational is an education that integrates technology, content, and human resources. So the use of ICT in the classroom is an extremely important and powerful resource for the teaching and learning of chemistry. So use of application softwares in chemistry. Those softwares which we can use in chemistry, generally we use MS Word, MS PowerPoint, MS Excel, Origin Pro, Calligraph, etc. Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Forms, which are available freely on Google browser. Simulation softwares, these are free online open education resources which we can explore for chemistry teaching learning purpose. And virtual labs are there, for example ChemLab, so we can use their free versions. Softwares to draw chemical structures, ChemSketch, ChemDraw, ChemX School, etc. So use of application of softwares in chemistry. So first is MS Word. So we all as teachers are now using MS Word, which is used to make different types of assignments and text documents. And with the help of this, student and teachers can save a lot of time and lot of text in the form of document. Second is MS PowerPoint. I think everybody is nowadays is using PowerPoint for making e-content to share with their students at this time of the coronavirus scare. So Microsoft PowerPoint software helps to present different types of text and data in the classroom, and animations can be used to make the lecture more interesting and easier to understand. So for example, formation of bonds like ionic and covalent bonds can be explained by using animations in MS PowerPoint. Then next is MS Excel or Origin Pro and Calligraph, etc. These softwares are used for making graph and for presenting data in the different types of calculations in numeric form, and to draw graphs between different quantities. So MS Excel, Origin Pro, Calligraph are softwares which we can use to draw graphs or for the calculation of data, etc. And while performing practicals in chemical laboratory, data is collected in numerical form, and that data is stored in MS Excel, and then relation between the data is given in the form of a graph. So it provides easy and correct calculations. So MS Excel is also very useful for graph, etc. And the other softwares which we can use for making graphs and for calculation of data, etc., are Origin Pro and Calligraph. Origin Pro and Calligraph are normally used for research, is normally used by the research scholars while doing their research and for publication of their research papers, etc. They use Origin Pro and Calligraph. Next is Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Forms. These you can use you can just create, for example, Google Doc. You can create one document and share that one document with your students, with your 15 students, 20 students, or as many as students as you can, right? So in that document, in that single document, all the data can be collected. For example, if you want to ask your students about any ideas for extended practicals or for any projects, you can create one document and share that document with the students. I will just demonstrate you how we can share the Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Forms. I think most of us know now that how we can create Google Docs, Sheets, and Google Forms and share with our students. There will be one complete session on Google Forms that I am going to deliver for the next day. I am going to deliver that lecture on 20th of the FTP. And next software which we can use for creating our teaching more interesting and for flipped classroom teaching, these softwares are very useful. These are simulation softwares which are freely available online, and we can use these open education resources for making our teaching more interesting in the form of flipped classroom. We can share the links of these simulation softwares with the students and can ask them to go through these exercises or these simulation questions or simulation like, for example, formation of atoms or molecules, etc. And they can then come prepared of that topic in the class. Then next is virtual labs, chem labs, free version, etc. These are all available freely on the internet, right? So next point is how we can make our assignments and quiz interesting. So there are again many softwares available which we can use their free versions for making our assignments and quiz, etc. interesting. And one of the software which is freely available, free version is also available, that is Hot Potatoes. And that we can use for making quiz, crosswords, mixed sentences, that is JMix, and JClose is for making fill in the blanks and match the following, etc. We can create these exercises on Hot Potatoes, and we can share these HTML files with our students, and which I am using this Hot Potato soft version for the last 1 year, and my students really enjoy doing these exercises. And another software is Kahoot. It's a free trial or free version you can try and explore for making quiz and different assignments. So the use of feistein classroom is extremely important, as I said earlier, and it is a powerful resource for the teaching and learning of chemistry. And internet offers great teaching and learning opportunities as an educational tool to be used in our classes of chemistry, and combined with more traditional methodologies, it promotes much more effective and meaningful learning. So there are many resources and materials on the net for teachers and learners of chemistry. But the selection of these resources and materials has to be taken into account. So today I am going to share with you all these resources of chemistry. Actually, these are simulation resources which we can share with our students, and we can ask them to come prepared with the topic and go through these links and do some exercises on internet and prepare a table of contents, what they have done, and then we can start our topic, right? So I am going to discuss one by one these simulation resources on the internet with all of you. So copy this URL link and then paste it on the browser, and you can do it like that also, or either directly press Ctrl and click on the link, and the browser window will open. So when I copied this link in the browser here in Google browser or any browser which you are using, so this page will open. Now you can see there are so many chemistry simulations of different topics on this page: acid-base solution, balancing chemical equation, build an atom, molecular polarity, states of matter, etc. So there are so many options. So for example, if we want to build, if we want to teach our students that how they can build an atom, so give this link to the students, share this link with the students. First click on this link and this window will appear. So you can share this link with your students for doing this exercises. So even you can download this exercise on your PC, and even you can share this link with the students so that they can do this exercise. Now how this exercise can be done? First of all, if you want to download on your PC, then click on the download button. But if you want to do the exercise directly, then click on this and this will appear. So this is FAT interaction. It is free for use and it comes under open education resources. So first you want to show your students that how to build an atom. So click on this atom, right? So see this, these orbitals with this cross appears, and now the students can build an atom by themselves. So click on the proton and place it here in the nucleus, and click on one electron and place it on the first orbital of the hydrogen. So it will get added on the first orbital of hydrogen, right? If a student tries to add electron in the second orbital, it will not get added into the second orbital, because for hydrogen, first electron is present in the first orbital, right? So from this, the student can check the net charge by clicking on this, mass number by clicking on this, and if it clicks on the stable unstable part, so it also shows that this. Similarly, if a student adds one more proton into the this nucleus and one neutron, so it shows the symbol that it is helium, right, with 2 electrons in the first shell and 1 electron in the second shell. But this helium atom is now an ion with a negative charge. So net charge is -1, mass number is 3. So orbitals are also shown, and if you want to see, if a student wants to see cloud, then if it clicks on the cloud, it will appear as a cloud. So if you want to see as orbits, so it will appear as orbits, right? And if one electron is removed from the orbit, now this is helium atom, which is stable and it is neutral, right? So mass number is with this is 3, right? But if one more proton is, if one more neutron is added, now helium is neutral atom and it is also a stable atom, right? So in this way, students can understand the concept of atom and how to build an atom, how many electrons, protons should be present, is that atom neutral, anion or cation, etc. And here in this part of this window, we can see that there is this exercise which student can build by itself, and this is the symbol part. If a student clicks on the symbol part, the symbol will appear here when a student builds an atom. For example, if we add 2 protons and 2 neutrons and suppose 2 electrons are added, so this is helium atom and it is neutral. So this symbol is shown, that how the symbol of that atom will appear with mass number 4 and atomic number 2. So in this way, students can do this. Even they can also do these, they can try these games also. And for example, yes, so protons are 8, neutrons are 9 and electrons are 10. What is the total charge? So students can click on this and check whether this is right or wrong. So as this smiley appears, so it says that it is wrong. So try again. So students can have fun with these games also. So now I will show you the next link, how this simulation software works. And I already copied this in my Google browser, and let us do this. Yes, so this is FAT interactive simulations again, and see, for higher education there are so many simulation exercises available on this page. So you can share any exercise which is relevant to your topic with your students, and they can first attempt these exercises. They can just have hands-on training on this exercise, and then they can come prepared with the topic in your class. So let's see how we can build a molecule. Like similarly, as we have shown that how an atom can be built, so students can do that also. So build an atom, just click on this exercise, this simulation, and again this will appear, and you want to download it on your PC, you can download it, or directly you can do the exercise. Here it is not shown directly, so it gets downloaded on my PC. So it will take a few minutes to get download. Yes, I want to share one thing here, that for downloading these exercises, these simulation softwares, you must have a Java file on your computers. So if you don't have Java files, you must first install Java reader on your computer PC, so that these files can be read. So it is just taking 20 seconds more. After the file gets downloaded, this window will appear for build a molecule, and a student can attempt to build these molecules by choosing hydrogen, oxygen, etc. So how they can do that, I'll just show you. For example, a student wants to build water. So he or she will pick up one hydrogen atom from the basket, one oxygen from the basket. Suppose the students, suppose he thinks that the molecule is made. So he tries to grab and put it in the water molecule. So it will not accept that this water molecule has not formed yet. So he or she can try again and put one more hydrogen. Now the molecule is formed, and just drag the molecule and put it here. So in this way, water molecule is formed, and a sound will appear, a bell will appear that your this is kit 1. So if we go to kit 2 and 3 and 4, etc. So in this way, student can attempt all these molecules, how he or she can form molecules, build molecules by itself. So for example, for kit 2, so oxygen and another oxygen. So oxygen molecule is formed, and this box flashes that oxygen is formed. So click and drag this molecule in the oxygen window. Again, it shows that it is a right molecule. Similarly, students can attempt all these formation of molecules, and even they can try their 3D model. So if a student wants to see 3D model of water, just click on this 3D part. So click on the 3D part, a 3D window will open and it will show its 3D structure. This is space filling structure. If student wants to see the ball and stick structure, this is the ball and stick structure, and just click on the molecule and drag. So it can be dragged in all the directions. So this is 3D model. Similarly, if student wants to see oxygen molecule in 3D shape, so this is space filling, this is ball stick, so click and drag. So student can click and drag in all the directions to see its 3D structure. Similarly, student can form a larger molecules. For example, carbon compounds, right? So they can do the exercises by clicking on the larger molecule. For example, a student wants to build, suppose C2H6. So 2 carbon atoms, and places 1 hydrogen atom, 1 hydrogen atom. So as this molecule is built up, this name will appear, acetylene. So if a student wants to see 3D structure, click on the 3D and a 3D window will open, and ball and stick structure. So this is the ball and stick structure of acetylene, showing triple bond between the carbon atoms and single bond between carbon and hydrogen atom, right? If a student wants to make ethylene, ethylene, so one more hydrogen, now it shows that this molecule is ethylene. So in this way, different molecules can be made, and the students can have real fun in doing these exercises. Now I'll show you the next simulation software. So this is the simulation software which I am going to discuss now. So let's see that also. So this is addinformatics.com interactive molecule. So you can just copy and paste on the browser. So you can share this link with the students also. So here you can also see that there is an explanation how molecules are formed. For example, water, why is water such a good solvent, etc. So students can choose any molecule from this site and can do their exercise. For example, alpha and beta glucose. So click on this link, because all other are simpler. So I just click on this. So see, so much information is there about alpha and beta glucose molecules. So students can read this e-content and can draw these structures before you discuss this topic in your class. So they can see these structures, 3D models also. And when they click on this structure and drag, they just click with your mouse on this structure and drag, and they can see all the angles of this 3D molecule. So this is alpha glucose, glucopyranose structure. This is beta glucopyranose structure. So they can just have fun with all these molecules in this 3D window. And they have so much of information about these molecules, right? So this is dextrine molecule if you are teaching biomolecules, etc. So you can share this link with your students, and so much information is there about these molecules, right? So similarly, if I'll go back to the window, so there is sucrose versus fructose, carbon monoxide, soap, how does soap work, and so many molecules. So you can share this link with your students to see this e-content, which is also free of cost, right? Similarly, I am going to share with you this link. How this link works, just copy this link and paste it in your browser. So this window will appear. This is learning tools in intro operability comes to Chemtube 3D. So this is Chemtube 3D. So you can share this link with the students also. So there are so many latest models, SF4, introduction to animated molecular orbitals, lithium ion battery, etc. Right? So for example, if we want to see the introduction to animated, so click on this window. So it will take some time because of the internet issues. So, right. So when you click on the window, so this will appear. Sorry, some technical problems. So introduction to animated molecular orbitals. So see, so this is the animated molecular orbitals. So they can just click and drag, right? So this is written notice, the inversion of stereochemistry in the product. So student can click and drag and see the molecular orbitals animated form, right? And there is an explanation to this also. Examples are also given, simple SN2 reaction. So, right? So students can explore so many things on the internet if you share these links. So again, there is one more link, that is www.chemistrydrills.com, etc. You can explore this link. I'll just put all these links on the Google Class, so you can copy and paste and try to explore these simulation softwares. So thank you so much for listening to the this session of the FTP. Yes, I want to share one more thing, that is before going to cover this topic, that is Google Docs and Google Sheets and Google Forms. Google Forms I am going to cover for the that is tomorrow, that is on 20th of May, and Google Sheets and Google Docs, how you can share those with your students, I am going to just demonstrate now. Just click your Google browser and just click on these 9 dots, right? So all these options will appear, and here you see there are Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Docs. For example, if you want to share one document with your students, so click on the Google document, right? So Google document will appear. So all these documents I have already prepared. So click on the blank document. So this blank document will appear. Now you can write, for example, as I told you earlier in this session also, that if you want to get some ideas from your students and you want that all the ideas should be on one paper, that should be on one document, and you don't want to ask your students to send single documents on your mails, so you can share one Google document. Just write your what you want to add on this document. For example, if you want to get ideas from your students about some projects, so write, give your ideas, just write it, give your ideas about chemistry projects. So, right, and just share this document with your students. For that, what you have to do is, this document is similarly a Word document. So all these features are available here. So you can just type, copy, paste, cut, etc. And once you have done with your document, just click on the share, right? So when you click on the share, it will ask for this document's name. So give a title to your document. If you want to skip, you can skip, but give a title to your document and then save. So when you save, right, so it will appear that you are the owner and now you want to share your document with other people. So get links. So now you have to add persons' names or students' email IDs with whom you want to share this document. So just type their email IDs here, right? So I have done so many times, so it is appearing again and again. So type email IDs here of all the students, and just after typing, click on the done. And that document will get shared with your students. Similarly, you can do this thing with Google Sheets and Google Slides as well. So same process is for Sheets, Google Sheets and Google Slides. So Google Sheets is also a very good document when you want to have all the data in one sheet. So just prepare one sheet, Google Sheet, and share with all your students or with your fellow colleagues to collect data in that Google Sheet, and you will have all the data, all the things in one sheet. So I hope that you must have learned something new in this session of FTP, and I want to thank the organizing team and principal of the college, and thank you so much as inviting me in this FTP as a resource person. So thank you so much.